Hello, good afternoon from YJ here in the Gambia. Good afternoon to anyone watching me in your country and you are in the afternoon time there. Good night to those of you who are in the night time. I'm saying greetings to you all. Thank you so much for coming into this platform. YJ has been busy so much, but I promise you now a lot of videos will be posted here daily. Our today's concern is about Africa.
Africa is green, Africa is lush, Africa is beautiful. Africa is not what you see on TV, and Africa must rise.
Our concern today is about Africa. Africa, it has suffered in 20th centuries, and the same thing is repeating also in the 21st centuries. So in the 20th centuries, Africa really suffered. And let's try to make sure that we have the recall of what had happened in the 20th centuries. And we all know that this conflict really, you know, you know, disturbed the development of Africa, or it has already in fact stopped the development of Africa because so many lives were like lost there. If we check it there, socio-economic systems, everything you know were all stopped. Educational services across the continents, most of those things were all stopped. So it was kind of like a serious war in 1991 that actually disturbed the economic development of Africa. Africa, we are blessed in land. Africa, we are land of promise. African people supposed to join together and then do well. In 1967, there was civil war in Nigeria, and that also seriously, brings so many divisional line among the citizens of Nigeria. Biafra was a region where that war actually took place, and so many lives also were lost. This also seriously affect West Africa. Any development that you know supposed to be taking place here, this development must have to be contribution of different states or different countries put together or put their hands together to assist each other where all stops. So this is something that in 20th centuries it was something that was affecting the economic development of Africa. Let us not repeat these things. Let us try to stop the war. Our dear people in Congo, let's stop this war. Let us not have war in Africa. We are the same people. You, the one fighting, you have a brother, you have a sister, you have an uncle of the place you are trying to attack. You never know who is going to be killed there. Africa, let's stop the war. So in Nigeria, this happened there in 1967, where federal Nigerian government also they reacted against the other group, and there was so many killings. A lot of people died in that particular war too. So we have to make sure that we support each other. We have to make sure that as Africans we help each other to achieve more developments. It is very important. From the Nigerian war to 1994, what had happened in Rwanda? Rwanda border with DRC Congo. Congo and Rwanda, their borders. We all know that 1994 genocide happened in Rwanda. If you look at it, this is the sad moments in Africa that we kill each other. Yeah, Because if you look at it, it's like approximately they are talking about, over 800,000 people were killed. And this is something that that is very sad as an African. Let us not sit and see each other killing each other. Let us try to make sure that we educate ourselves. Let us try to make sure that we stop Africa from suffering. Let us try to make sure that we stop African people from killing each other. This is very sad. This happened in Rwanda in 1994, where genocide took place. And if most of you can do your research, you will see what had happened there. And right now, their neighbors are also having conflict. Let's try to encourage them. Let's try to make sure that power is given to the citizens to change their leaderships, not changing leadership with the use of guns. Let us not do that, my fellow African people. In 20th centuries again, we are going to 1987. And in 1987, we look into Uganda. Uganda also, where you have the Joseph Kony, was also being kind of like in an conflict situation with the country authorities itself. And this also where rebellions and other people also were in place. This was also a big problem in Africa because over close to 60,000 civilians suffer from that particular war too. This was also something in Uganda that seriously affect African people. Okay, it was called the Lord Resistance Army Insurgents. This happened in 1987. This also seriously affect Africa. Let us not try to repeat the same thing, my fellow African people. Let us make sure that Africa is great again. Let's call this Africa our blazing land. Let's make sure that Africa is developed. Let's make sure that Africa is free from corruptions. Let's make sure that Africa is free from bad leadership. All of these things are contributing to Africa getting more poor and poor till nobody can even accept. So let's stop. Let's try to make sure that we stop these things. Let's make Africa great again, my people. This happened in 1987 in Uganda. That seriously also is something that affect African development. We go into next one called Ethiopia, Eritrea. These two countries we know they are brothers because people in Ethiopia are the same people in Eritrea. Eritrean also had long standing of fighting with Ethiopians. And this war started since 1998. It has affected so many people because approximately we are talking about over close to 800 lives we are like to stop or suffer. So we have to stop the war in Africa. It's not necessary. We have been divided by West. We call it today boundaries. And if you want to travel through those boundaries to another country, you suffer. Don't even try to use your car to go into another African country. You suffer. Because all the necessary, tax and other things that are levied on you are always very hard. Africa is not easy today to be living in. And this is the reason why our young people, they think like, oh, if I'm in Africa, I don't have no future. I have to go. And they use this very dangerous journey to go to Europe. So many thousands of people perished in the oceans. So many African young people, those you know that they're supposed to be the future leaders of Africa, they were all perished in the ocean. Why? Because we were affected. In 20th centuries, Africa was affected seriously. And if we want to repeat the same thing in 21st centuries, we are seriously disturbing those that are coming. Africa, let's think. Africa, Let's try to make sure that we put our hands together and make Africa great again. These words are words that you know that we cannot repeat them in Africa again. Africa is a great place. We have to stop using weapons to change power. Let's use our own people. They have the power through the ballot box, through elections. Let's change the powers through election. If we don't need any leader, let's try to make sure that we change those leaders with the use of the election. People see, the populations in the country, in African continents here, everybody is educated today. Everybody is aware today. But let us not try to use the force to change the power. It's not good. Our dear brothers and sisters in Congo, we are together with you people. We know that you are suffering. We know that your people are dying there. But please, let's stop this war. Let's stop this war. Africa, let's stop this war. Please subscribe to this channel. YJ is coming with so many great news. I have a lot of African people, those who know that they inspire me. I will say thank you so much. People like I am Marwa in Kenya. We are so happy to see you in Argentina, raising African flag higher and higher. Thank you so much for those people trying to take Africa to the next level. Next one is I am Maya. Yeah. So Maya, also in Ghana, is a great person because he has shown Africa to the whole world. So you people are great people. You people are the people inspiring us. We are saying thank you so much. And YJ is saying bye-bye. Make sure you subscribe before you go. Africa people, let's try to stick together and make Africa great. Let's try to make sure that we stop war. Africa, let's stop war. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Africa is green. Africa is lush. Africa is beautiful. Africa is not what you see on TV. And Africa must rise.